Welcome back to RelateNation, where we delve into the depths of relationships and explore their many facets. Today we have a special topic that holds immense significance for many of us. We'll be discussing the top 10 secrets to a successful relationship with God. As we embark on this meaningful journey discussing our relationship with God, I want to start by acknowledging my Christian perspective. I believe in the power of faith, love, and the transformative relationship that we can cultivate with our Creator. However, it is essential to note that my intention is not to impose my beliefs upon anyone, but to share insights that may resonate with individuals from various spiritual backgrounds. I wholeheartedly embrace the beautiful tapestry of faith traditions that exist in our world. Each one offers unique perspectives on spirituality and provides pathways for individuals to connect with their understanding of the divine. My prayer as we embark on this journey together is that every person finds a spiritual connection with the Creator, however they perceive and name that divine presence. May each of you experience a profound sense of peace, joy, and purpose in your lives. Regardless of our differences, may we all strive for unity, understanding, and a compassion towards one another. I invite you to join me with an open mind and heart as we explore the secrets to a successful relationship with God. Together, let us create an environment of love, respect, and acceptance, where we can learn from one another and grow in our understanding of what it means to have a blessed life. With warm regards, let's embark on this heartfelt journey together. Number 10. Open communication with God. Communication is the lifeline of any meaningful relationship, and it holds true for our connection with God. Just as we value an open and honest communication with our loved ones, it's equally important to cultivate a sincere and respectful dialogue with the divine. Prayer serves as a powerful conduit for communication with God. It is through prayer that we can authentically express ourselves, sharing our joys and fears and deepest desires. In prayer, we find solace and comfort and a sense of belonging. It's a sacred space where we could pour out our hearts, knowing that God listens with unwavering love and compassion. Creating a quiet and sacred space for prayer is essential. It allows us to disconnect from the noise and distractions of the world and enter into a sacred realm where we can commune with the divine. Whether it's a corner of our home adorned with symbols of our faith, a peaceful garden, or a serene place of worship, dedicating a physical space for prayer helps to set the tone for our spiritual connection. In this sacred space, we open ourselves to vulnerability, pouring out our thoughts, hopes, and fears to God. We lay bare our joys and sorrows, our gratitude and longings, knowing that He hears every word and feels the depths of our hearts. Through prayer, we not only express ourselves, but also invite God's presence into our lives, seeking His guidance, wisdom, and blessings. However, communication with God is not a one-sided affair. It is equally important to cultivate a receptive and listening heart. In the quiet moments of prayer, we create a space to listen for God's voice, to attune ourselves to His divine messages. This requires stillness, patience, and an openness to receive His guidance and direction. In the realm of communication, let us remember that our relationship with God is deeply personal and unique. It transcends religious boundaries and cultural differences, embracing the diversity of human experiences. May our prayers and conversations with God bring us closer to Him, illuminating our path and filling our lives with His abundant blessings. Number 9. Quality time with God. Just as spending quality time with our loved ones strengthens the bonds of our physical relationships, dedicating focused time to connect with God is essential for nurturing our spiritual ones. This intentional commitment to spend time in His presence allows us to cultivate a deep and meaningful connection with the divine. There are various ways we can dedicate sacred moments to connect with God. One powerful practice is immersing ourselves in sacred texts. By reading and reflecting upon the wisdom contained within these texts, we open ourselves to divine guidance and insights. Whether it's the Bible, Quran, the Bhagavad Gita, or any other scripture that resonates with your beliefs, immersing ourselves in these sacred words provides an opportunity for spiritual growth and understanding. Meditation is another profound way to connect with God. By stilling our minds and entering into a state of deep contemplation, we create space for divine presence to enter our lives. It is in these moments of silence and stillness that we can feel God's loving presence all around us. Attending religious services is also a meaningful way to dedicate sacred time to connect with God. Whether it's church, mosque, synagogue, temple, or other place of worship, these communal gatherings offer an opportunity to come together and collectively express our devotion and gratitude. Nature provides a magnificent backdrop for connecting with God. By immersing ourselves in the beauty and wonder of His creation, we can experience a profound sense of awe and reverence. walking in nature, observing awe-inspiring sunsets, or quietly contemplating in the garden, all allow us to feel a deep connection with God. It's in these moments that we sense His presence within the astonishing beauty of the natural world. Setting aside sacred moments for God is an intentional act of devotion and love. It is an invitation for Him to enter into our lives and guide us on our journey. These moments become an oasis in our busy lives, a sanctuary where we can find solace, inspiration, and renewal. In this fast-paced world, it's easy to get caught up in the busyness and distractions of daily life. However, by prioritizing and carving out sacred moments for God, we create a space for deepening our spiritual connection. It is in these dedicated moments that we can find solace, clarity, and a sense of purpose. Through these practices, we affirm our devotion to God and acknowledge His presence as an integral part of our lives. Number 8. Trusting in God's plan. Trusting in God's plan is an act of surrendering our own desires and expectations to embrace the divine wisdom and guidance that surpasses our limited understanding. It is a profound acknowledgement that God's ways are higher than our ways, and His thoughts are beyond our comprehension. In our journey through life, we encounter challenges, adversities, and moments of uncertainty that can test our faith and trust in God. It's during these times that we're invited to deepen our reliance on Him, to release our worries and anxieties, and to place our burdens in His loving and capable hands. By surrendering our concerns to God, we open ourselves to His divine peace and comfort. Trusting in God's plan does not mean that life will always be smooth and free of hardships. In fact, it's often through adversity that our faith is refined and strengthened. Even when circumstances seem uncertain or unfavorable, we take refuge in the assurance that God's plan for us is perfect and purposeful. So in times of doubt or uncertainty, let us remind ourselves of the power of trust. Let us lean on God's promise and allow His peace to envelop us. May we find solace in knowing that His plan is unfolding in divine timing and with divine purpose. As we trust in Him and surrender our worries and anxieties, we can experience His guidance, His peace, and His unfailing love. Number 7, gratitude and thankfulness. Expressing gratitude and thankfulness to God is an integral part of nurturing our relationship with Him. When we intentionally cultivate an attitude of gratitude, we open ourselves to experiencing a deeper connection with God and invite His presence to permeate every aspect of our being. Taking time each day to count our blessings and reflect on the goodness in our lives is a transformative practice. It allows us to shift our focus from what may be lacking or challenging to the multitude of blessings that surround us. Offering prayers of thanksgiving is a beautiful way to express gratitude to God. Gratitude is not limited to moments of celebration or answered prayers. It's a continuous posture of the heart that finds joy and beauty in the smallest blessings, the everyday miracles that often go unnoticed. It's about recognizing and being grateful for the simple pleasures, the relationships that bring us joy, the lessons learned through challenges, and the opportunities for growth. When we express gratitude to God, we create space within ourselves to receive more of His blessings and grace. Gratitude opens our hearts and our minds to recognize the abundance that surrounds us, even in times of difficulty. In our gratitude, we find contentment and peace. As we cultivate gratitude, we also cultivate a spirit of generosity and compassion toward others. Our gratitude extends beyond ourselves, prompting us to share our blessings and serve those in need. It becomes a catalyst for acts of kindness, love, and selflessness that reflects God's character and brings Him glory. In our journey of expressing gratitude to God, we may encounter seasons of abundance as well as seasons of challenges and loss. However, even in the midst of trials, gratitude has the power to transform our perspective and infuse our hearts with hope and resilience. It reminds us that God's faithfulness endures, and His grace sustains us through every circumstance. Let us take time every day to offer prayers of thanksgiving, to count our blessings, and to find joy in the simplest of pleasures. May we cultivate a spirit of gratitude that deepens our relationship with God, fills our hearts with joy, and enables us to live each day with a renewed sense of purpose and appreciation. Number 6, seeking wisdom and guidance. God's wisdom is indeed boundless, and seeking His guidance is vital in navigating the complexities and challenges of life. As we encounter various decisions, uncertainties, and crossroads, turning to God and seeking His wisdom can provide us with the clarity, direction, and peace we need. Prayer becomes a powerful tool in seeking God's guidance. Through prayer, we open a channel of communication with the divine, allowing us to pour out our hearts and seek His counsel. Meditation and reflection on sacred teachings also play a significant role in seeking God's guidance. Through contemplation and reflection, we gain insights, perspective, and spiritual nourishment that can guide our thoughts and actions. God's guidance often comes in different forms. It can be through a still small voice within our heart, a word of encouragement or correction from a trusted mentor or spiritual guide, or a profound revelation through a passage of Scripture. The key is to create space for listening and to be receptive of the promptings of the Holy Spirit. Number 5, acts of service and compassion. God's call to be His hands and feet in this world is a profound invitation to live out our faith in practical and tangible ways. When we extend kindness to others, we embody the essence of God's love. Whether it's a smile, a kind word, or a helping hand, these small acts of kindness have the power to uplift and bring hope to those we encounter. In a world that often feels cold and distant, our acts of compassion can serve as a beacon of God's love, reminding others of His presence and care. Lending a helping hand to those in need is a direct response to God's commandment to love our neighbors as ourselves. It means actively seeking out opportunities to alleviate suffering, meet practical needs, and offer support to those who are marginalized or struggling. Showing empathy is another crucial aspect of reflecting God's love. Empathy is the ability to understand the feelings of others, to step in their shoes and see the world from their perspective. Through empathy, we become channels of God's compassion and extend His loving presence to those who are hurting or in need of comfort. Our actions, rooted in love and compassion, have the power to inspire and transform lives. When we serve others selflessly, we become living examples of God's love and mercy. Number 4, faithfulness and devotion. Faithfulness and devotion to God are foundational pillars of a strong and vibrant relationship with Him. Just as in any relationship, staying committed and dedicated is essential to nurturing and deepening our connection with God. Cultivating our relationship with God requires consistent effort and intentionality. Faith serves as the guiding force in our daily lives. It provides us with a moral compass, shaping our values, our attitudes, and our actions. Through faith, we find meaning and purpose in the midst of life's challenges. It strengthens our resilience and trust in God's plan, even when circumstances seem difficult. Strive to remain faithful and devoted, and nurture your relationship with God through prayer. Number 3, seeking solitude and stillness. In the midst of our fast-paced and busy lives, finding moments of solitude and stillness becomes crucial for our spiritual growth and nourishment. It is in these pockets of quiet reflection that we can truly connect with God, away from the clamor and the distractions that surround us. In our modern world, filled with constant stimulation and noise, creating space for solitude may seem challenging. However, the rewards are immeasurable, as these moments of connection with the divine can bring peace and clarity. When we intentionally seek solitude with God, we let go of our worries, our to-do lists, and the demands of our daily lives. In these moments of solitude, we open our hearts to God's whispers. His voice, often gentle and subtle, becomes more apparent as we tune out the noise around us. Solitude allows us to cultivate a deeper awareness of God's presence. In the quiet of solitude, we may find solace from the busyness of the world. We experience a deep sense of peace as we detach from the constant noise and distractions that can overwhelm us. It's an opportunity to center ourselves and to focus on what truly matters. In these quiet moments, we discover that we are not alone, that God is with us always, ready to embrace us with His boundless grace and compassion. These moments can be a source of strength, renewal, and deep connection with the Creator, bringing us closer to a blessed and fulfilling life. Number 2, embracing God's love and forgiveness. God's love is beyond measure, extending it to every corner of creation. It's not based on our accomplishments or worthiness, but on His infinite grace and mercy. One of the most beautiful aspects of God's love is His boundless forgiveness. No matter how far we've strayed or how many mistakes we've made, His forgiveness is always available to us. When we humbly seek His forgiveness, He opens His arms wide, ready to embrace us and offer us a fresh start. In accepting God's love and forgiveness, we are called to extend the same grace to others. Just as God's love knows no bounds, our love should also transcend boundaries and limitations. By cultivating an atmosphere of grace and compassion, we create a space of healing and restoration. Forgiveness is a transformative act that frees both the forgiver and the forgiven. When we forgive others, we break the cycle of hurt and pain, opening the door to reconciliation and renewal. Embracing God's love and forgiveness empowers us to create a ripple effect of compassion in the world. It starts with self-acceptance and self-forgiveness, allowing His love to heal our wounded hearts. As we experience the transformative power of His love, we are compelled to share it with others, to to offer them the same acceptance and forgiveness that we have received. In a world filled with judgment, criticism, and division, extending God's love and forgiveness becomes a radical act of resistance. It's an act that brings down barriers and brings about unity. As we embrace God's love and forgiveness, we become instruments of healing, bringing light to the darkest corners of this world. We create an atmosphere where grace is abundant and hearts are transformed. Number 1, cultivating a heart of worship. Building a successful relationship with God is about more than simply believing, praying, or attending church services. It's a deeply personal journey that's about moving from the driver's seat to the passenger seat in your life and trusting God to lead the way. Worship isn't confined to singing hymns or reciting prayers. True worship is an emotional outpouring, a celebration of your love, adoration, and reverence for God. It's a genuine expression of gratitude for His never-ending love and mercy. This type of worship goes beyond ritualistic observance. It's about personal connection and communion with God. It's not just about asking Him to make your dreams come true, but aligning your dreams and goals with His purpose for you. It's about embracing the idea that what He wants for you may be different than what you want for yourself. Surrendering to God means letting go of your ego, your fears, and your need for control, and allowing His will to guide your actions. These practices will be reflected in every aspect of your life, in your thoughts, your words, and your actions. They're displayed in the way you treat others, in your response to challenges, and in your attitude toward life. Let your life be a testament to your love for God and your faith in Him. When you live a life centered on worship and surrender, you're living a life centered on God. Such a life is like a beautiful symphony, a harmony of love, faith, and trust. Each moment becomes a note, each action a chord, all coming together to form a melody. This journey may not always be easy, and there will be trials and tribulations, but with a heart full of love and a spirit willing to surrender, you'll find that your relationship with God becomes the cornerstone of your existence. And there you have it, folks. The top 10 secrets to a successful relationship with God. Remember, this journey is incredibly personal and different for each one of us. We hope you'll approach these guiding principles with a receptive mind and a kind heart. As you implement these steps, anticipate a deeper bond with God to unfold, bringing inner peace and a sense of purpose into your life. God is there for you, your constant companion, offering guidance when confusion clouds your path, and comfort when sorrow visits. Until our next conversation, embrace the journey of exploring relationships with others and with the divine. It's a practical, rewarding endeavor that holds the power to enrich your life. Much love. I appreciate each and every one of you that takes the time to come and listen to what I have to say. You are loved by me and God, and I am grateful for all of you. Much love. Thank you for being with me today. May God bless you, each one of you. Keep shining. Peace.